The first lesson of having money is to have money work for you. Not you work for money. If you work for money, then you give power to your employer, right? So let's talk about that for a second. So a lot of times when you grow up, right, you have, well-thinking family, parents who are like, hey, get good grades in high school, go to a good college, get a 4-year degree, get good grades, and then you can go get a job, high paying at some company. Isn't that generally what's said to people? Mm-hmm. Isn't that what we did over the last 20 years? We've convinced everybody to go to college, right? And then, banks saw this as an opportunity that there was a lot of people going to college, right, that didn't have the means to go to college, but we can give them the money, all right, and then we can lock them in making payments for the next 20, 30 years and make huge amounts of money on interest by loaning them a small amount of money. Do you guys see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Right? So, they're coming in here and saying, hey, student loan debt, hey, we're going to give you 9% interest rate, right? So that means you owe $100,000, right? Do you realize by the time that you get to your senior year, right, you'd owe $150, right? For an education that costs $100, you already owe $150, right? But you only come to find out that you have that education, you have that degree, right? And you're having a hard time getting a job that pays $35. So they got you for life. At the same time, right, universities saw, hey, we can have two things, and Purdue did this, right? We can protect the integrity of Purdue, right, and make it harder and harder to get into, but while not raising the price of that education. But if you don't come in here with almost a perfect SAT score, you ain't getting in, right? Like I would not get into Purdue today, right? I slid in, but I wouldn't get into Purdue today based on just my SAT score. But at the same time, they go, hey, we don't want to lose out on all the people we don't accept. So let's buy this online school and offer everybody to go there if they can't go to the real Purdue. Did you guys know that? They did that?
Right?
What's that?
Purdue Global.
Purdue Global, but what did they buy? It was the largest online university on earth. It wasn't University of Phoenix. It starts with K. Kaplan. So Purdue bought Kaplan because they're like, wait, we don't want to lose that money, but we're going to look real good over here. Now, hope Mitch Daniels don't look at this because he's going to be mad at me. All right? But that's what they did, right? And then all these online universities popped up everywhere, right? I can tell you there was no University of Phoenix online until about 2001. And then they popped up. Now they're all over the place. Now you see ads, hey, get an MBA online, blah, 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 blah. Let me tell you guys something. 99% of it is worthless, right? It just simply is, right? Because with you working for money, right, you give the power to your employer. Now here's something that's going to blow away your minds. Do you guys know I'm not your employer? Right. Do you guys know you're your own employer, right, within my group, right? And I get paid to help advise you to build your own thing, right? For some of you who are brand new, you're like, what? I'm lost. It's okay. Go talk to somebody, right? But that is exactly where you want to be at. When it comes to money, most people know one skill, and that is to work harder, right? You're like, man, Dad, I'm broke. And Dad's like, man, you got to work harder, man, right? Isn't that what we're here? Especially from our blue-collar pops. The saying is to work harder to make more money. The idea is to climb the corporate ladder, right? That's what we teach is, hey, man, we even have a lot of that here. Hey, man, come in here. You an agent. Ooh, you an SA. Oh, you an AD. Oh, you an RAD. Oh, you get a chance to be an AO, right? It's like that corporate ladder. But here's my question to you. Why not own the ladder, right? And every one of you actually has an opportunity to own your own ladder. Now, here's the difference between your ladder and my ladder. My ladder has more rungs under me right now because of where I'm at, right? Your ladder might only have one rung under you, but you own that ladder. Do you know what I mean? And when you get to AD, you can have two rungs under you. And based on how you expand, you can always expand this way. There's other rungs, right? You can have people, admin staff working for you, right? You can have people helping you with the recruiting. You can have people helping you with the deductions. So you can spread out your ladder. You can actually have more rungs. Do you guys see what I'm saying? So you guys design that. Business owners, right? This is what the agency structure. A business owner earns money, spends money, and then pays taxes. Okay? They earn, they spend, and then they pay taxes. Employees earn, pay taxes, and then spend. Right? So for those of you who came out of a place where you were an employee, remember, like maybe you work, you think, oh man, I earned $800 this week. right? Your hourly times your hours, right? Your hourly. But then when you got your check, right, it might have been like, instead of 800, it's like 625, right? You guys remember that? You know what I'm talking about? Right. Okay, you got taxed before you got your money, right? Business owners are opposite, right? I get my money from my companies. I spend it on pretty much anything I want. I just have to justify it, right? And everything's justifiable. That's why I'm involved in everything, you know? And then I pay taxes on what's left, right? So how many of you here have ever heard of Section 125? If your hand ain't up, I'm going to put you back in Josie's room. Right? That was a trick question. All right. Section 125. Bob, come on.
I thought you said 121.
Right. You know what, Bob? There's a chair up here for you next week. Right? I know you're hard of hearing, but come on up. All right. Christine, you heard of Section 125? Shelby? Right? All right. So we all know what Section 125 is. So I'm going to ask Poe. Poe, how does it work, Section 125, when it comes to deductions with my paycheck?
It comes out before taxes are hit.
Right, so if I buy life insurance from Globe Life Liberty National, right, and let's say it's $10 a week, right, I have my paycheck, maybe it's say $800, then my Globe Life Liberty National deduction comes out of it, my $10 a week, and then the balance that left is what's taxed.
Yes.
Right, that is exactly how a business owner works, right? I get my money, right, and I get a year to spend it, right? I get a year to spend it. And then, all right, I can spend all I want. I pay taxes on what's left. So, you know, you guys hear in the news all the time, like, oh, businesses don't, okay, there's a couple of things here. You ever heard, oh, business don't pay taxes, right? Guess what? 90% of businesses on earth don't pay taxes because that's not how the structure works. An LLC does not pay taxes. Did you guys know that? An LLC does not pay taxes. Some of you young people, like right now, like I'm about to change that Bernie socialism. Because you guys are uneducated, I'm going to educate you to how it works. And then, with the veil of stupidity fallen, then you guys can make decisions. 90% of businesses in the United States do not pay taxes. LLCs don't pay taxes. Right? In the book, they talk about it. It's called a pass-through. Right? If you have an LLC business, the money after being spent, what's left passes through to the owners, and then the owners pay taxes. LLCs don't pay taxes. 90% of companies in the United States are LLCs. Therefore, if you see a meme that says 90% of businesses in the United States don't pay taxes, duh, they shouldn't because out of structure. Okay? C Corps, right? They are the biggest payers of taxes. They pay taxes. But they're still businesses. So, if they spend all the earnings and revenue, it's not hard to look like you made no money, right? Because think about it, right? Let's say you have a C Corp, okay? And I decide that my CEO, because I'm the CEO, I own the C Corp, I want to go to Hawaii, and I want to take everybody with me. And we're going to have all the food and drink and fun we want, right? And we do that. I can write that off before taxes, right? Let's say I decide to feed you guys lunch every day, right, for the rest of the year. I can do that and write it off before I pay taxes, right? I can spend all my money in the C Corp before I ever pay myself. Therefore, I can show zero. Do you guys get me? That's how it works. All right, your biggest expense in life is taxes, but you don't realize it, all right? Because you guys have been influenced to think getting a tax check back is a good thing. And it's actually not a good thing for most people. For some people, a tax check, right, they get a little extra, and it's to help them out because they need the help. I'm totally cool with that. I'm totally cool with that. But for most of you, the only thing you're getting back is your money that you already paid too much of, right? So when you get that $3,000 back, that's actually your money that you already paid. Let's go back. $800 check, but it was just $625. Right? What you're getting back is a percentage of that $125 difference, $175 difference back. That was your money. You let the government hold your money. Right? And they give it back to you. And people are ready to celebrate. You know what I'm saying? That was your money. It shouldn't be like hallelujah. It should be like, damn, finally. do you get me? Do you guys get me what I'm saying? People go crazy. Ooh, tax check. Oh my God. right? And I can tell you this, if you're excited about getting a tax check, you're in the wrong tax bracket. Your tax bracket's too high, right? See, I have to pay taxes every year. No matter what I do, I can't show zero, right? Right? So I have to pay taxes every year. And that's the tax bracket you want to be in, because here's the interesting thing about my tax bracket. It's actually less than yours, right? My tax bracket percentage is less than yours. You guys, the middle class, right, is paying most of the taxes, right? I have educated myself and became a business owner so I could pay less percentage of taxes. Now, I pay percentage-wise less taxes, but I blow you out of the water on the total. Do you see what I'm saying? Right? If I paid your guys' tax rate, right, that you guys are paying, some of you 22, 35, right, it would be real hard to run a business. Now, why do I get that privilege? Is it because I'm Mexican? Is it because I'm brown? Why do I get the privilege of having a better tax rate?
Because you're educated.
No, I'm not just educated, that's one part. Because I'm a business owner who creates job opportunities for people who don't. That's the value of being a business owner. That's why the government created the LLC, right? See, 40 years ago there wasn't an LLC, right? They created the LLC for people to create businesses, to employ people, so that those people would buy homes, right? Because home ownership is the foundation of any country, right? When you have a country and no one owns the land that lives on it, right? Or one person owns all the land in the area, right? Democracy doesn't work, right? Now, when people have home ownership, it does. That's the theory. There you go. I just taught you guys everything from 7th grade to senior history and economics in about 32 seconds. It's all about home ownership. Right. The reason business owners get privileges is because I'm giving you opportunity. If I wasn't up here, maybe someone else would be up here. But right now, I'm up here giving you guys an opportunity to earn money, right? Like I pay the electric, I put my risk on the lease, right? I buy all these brochures and these beautiful tables we're sitting at, right? And we got the lights and we got Carl and we got all this stuff. I'm taking the risk. That's why I get the benefit. Has nothing to do with the color of your skin, right? Has to do with you educating yourself to understand how it works. Do you see what I mean? Like, no one's going to stop you. When I fill out an application to become a business owner and open an LLC, there is no part that says, what is your minority status? They don't ask what color my skin is. Because I'm telling you, a lot of people have it bad, but brown Mexicans got it pretty rough too. Ain't no one stopping me. Do you guys see what I'm saying? At no point does it say, what's my race? Right? You just got to have the education to do that.